Alright, let's get this show on the road. I will be solo casting this, so I am Goobertator, by the way, formerly known as the Mold Breaker, but that's a different life. So again, we'll have our two finalists, Andrei Yuri Zablan and Ray. What was your in-game name again? So we have Ray Accedia. What was your last name again, Ray?
Santiago.
Ray Accedia Santiago!
Boxing match.
In the turn one order, we have Andrei Wenzheng Zablan! And in the second turn corner, who will have the advantage this game? We have Ray Accedia Santiago! So the grand finals for our Pocket tournament is happening right now. Game one is going on between Accedia and Wenzheng. So we are spectating Wenzheng's, Andrei's point of view, and he is going second. Now, if I check these sheets correctly, Wenzheng is using a 𝐍𝐞𝐿 deck, and yeah, consistently, Accedia or Ray is using a classic Blaine deck. So we have a match between the new age power creep, or will the strength of the bald man pull through? So again, we do have Ray for the very first turn. He doesn't get to attach a energy card to his Pokemon. But we do see the professor's research. He gains 2 cards. And we will see him do something. Again, he can't attach an energy card to his Pokemon yet. So, what's he planning? He sure is taking his sweet, sweet time. Moltres right up front there. Oh, we do see the time limit. And the Pineda comes out. Little Horsey ready to fight. And now it's Andrei's turn. He did pull something interesting. So, you see him play the Pokeball to pull something out. And we also see him use the Pokemon communication. He is sacrificing that specific card, and he's getting something else. Something interesting indeed. And we do see the Electabuzz coming to the bench. And again, this is still turn 2, so he has the advantage. He gets to attach a energy card to... Is it going to Magnemite? It is in fact going to Magnemite. And will it be doing the first hit? I mean, why not, right? It's a shot. And Moltres with the electric just eats an extra 20 damage. This Moltres won't last long, so... However, Accedia wants to play this deck. It will be quite interesting.
I don't know when it...
It was me.
Oh, it's you.
I tucked it in so we can take a picture together, but you were busy.
Sorry.
So again, we're not really sure what the plan is here. Moltres could be something that completely controls the field as a tank, but again, we're not really seeing much tanking here considering the electricity coming from that Magnemite. That Magnemite is going to cook that bird, as if it wasn't cooked enough already. We do see a Giant's Cake kill that bird for just a little, but again, the Magnemite here still staring it down in the face with its little eye. Its hit on the next turn will still do 40. Not much saving there for the bird. It still needs 3 energies. However, fortunately, it only needs a single energy to retreat. Accedia does finish the 3rd turn empty, and we do see the Magnemite still staring it in the face. What's it planning to do? Who knows? But the better question is, what does Andrei Wenzheng plan to do with this Magnemite? Is it enough? Will he maintain hitting it, or is he going to do something about it? And we do see an evolution right here on turn 4. And we do see a Giant's Cape click into the Magneton. So, we see the bird do it, and we now see the magnets, plural magnets, do it. So again, 1 turn free. What is Accedia thinking at this moment? Remember, for a Blame deck to succeed, you need that Magmar, or you need that Ninetales. Unfortunately, Vulpix is not even on the bench. Accedia is going to have to pull something quick because, as it seems, oh wait, Rapidash is right there. Rapidash can probably do some major damage, but again, if Accedia decides to pull out the Moltres at this turn, if he happens to have XP to relief on his hand, then he can probably do some major damage with the Rapidash, but it still won't be enough to take out the Magneton. And again, this will be a pretty hefty amount of damage because on the next turn, if Wenzheng decides or happens to pull out a Magnezone, it can very, very easily lopside this match. And it's not looking really good for a turn. We do see the X-Speed and the Rapidash come out. Will we be seeing the Blaine? Will Blaine be making his entry? Yes, he will. So again, we do see plus 30 damage. This Rapidash now doing 70. And it does major damage to that Magneton. So again, we're going to see something interesting here. Is the Magneton going to be doing anything? It will be able to attack this turn with Volt Charge. But again, it's still just a lowly little Magneton. I was proven wrong. It is not just a lowly little Magneton. It is now a Magnezone. And it will be casting that Thunder Blast to get the one-hit KO on the Rapidash. And the first point of the match goes to Andrei Yuri Zablan. So, Accedia is going to have to pull out another basic Pokemon here. He's in real trouble if he doesn't manage to pull anything out. It's an instant lose if your bench is empty. And we do see the star of this whole deck. We do see the cute little Vulpix actually. So let's see how this actually plays out. Again, that Moltres is going to be a problem for Andrei if nothing happens. However, if Andrei manages to KO the Magnezone, but Accedia happens to also have Ninetales, he'll be able to KO the Magnezone on the turn after and probably push it for further. So now the question is, what is Andrei planning to do with this Magnezone? Is he going to retrieve it? Will there be enough energy? Because that is a big commitment. And he goes all in! And he does take out the Moltres. He does not believe that the Ninetales is in that hand. What hand? What Ninetales? All I see is a Vulpix. Now, will Accedia be pulling out majestic Ninetales to even the playing field? Or will this little Vulpix be the only thing that stares him in the face? Stay tuned. And we do see the Ninetales, no bluffing here. That Ninetales is going to be able to take out that Magnezone. However, again, it has to discard the card, so it has to keep repeating that process. Electabuzz here, on the other hand. The real question is, will Wenzheng be able to pull something out? Because now he's on the opposite side of the whole thing. So Thunder Spear does do a significant amount of damage, but it is not nearly enough. We do hear some chanting from the crowd here. So the question is, who is he planning to Thunder Spear? If there is no secondary Ninetales on Accedia's hand, this is a free win because again, there are two Electabuzzes. So Wenzheng could run away with the win here, provided that there is no Ninetales in Accedia's hand. So now it's the moment of truth. Will a Ninetales come out of that hand and onto the Vulpix? Or will this be it? So again, Accedia here, deep in thought. And we will see a Ponyta. And unfortunately, we do see the Ninetales. So now he's caught between a rock and a hard place. Again, this Ninetales is capable of just steamrolling, snowballing, unintended. That 40 damage is not enough. He's going to need something, and he gets something not very useful. So again, we do see no choice here, a Thunder Spear on an empty field, and that Ninetales will show up. We do see Wenzheng here just decide his possible options. And as usual, spamming that flamethrower. It was enough. Accedia runs away with the game, turning it around completely. So game 1 goes to Accedia. That Magnezone did do a pretty good amount of damage. However, the lack of healing in the initial damage point was just too much. And he does give a thanks, you know, good sportsmanship and whatnot. So, let's move on to game 2. Players are not allowed to switch decks, so we will be seeing the same decks come out of both players. So Ninetales again for Accedia. Classic Blaine deck. Look at those emblems. This man just decided, you know what? This bald man's gonna take me to the future. Wenzheng does get the second turn advantage again. Seems like he has a pretty solid hand as well. Accedia on the other hand, let's take a quick peek. Accedia with also a pretty decent hand to begin with. Both players have a good start. However, Wenzheng once again does have the second turn advantage. He will be able to make the very first attack. And we see the Vulpix early. Is Wenzheng looking at this little fox and going, I'm gonna kill you before you become a bigger fox? Sorry, am I going to KO you before you become a bigger fox? Or are you going to become a bigger fox and breathe fire on me just like last round? But again, Accedia probably looking at this whole thing is, I'm gonna become a bigger fox and I'm gonna melt that stupid magnet off your face. So again, Accedia is taking his time here, taking some sweet countermeasures. The Vulpix may tail whip on the next turn. Accedia decides to do nothing. However, we do see Wenzheng with the professor's research, and he pulls out some interesting cards. And we do see the Pokeball come out, pulling out what seems to be, well, I wouldn't say it's the most useful card, but what does he decide to do with it is the question. And he uses Ram on the weak little Magnemite. 10 damage, not much, but it is enough if he pulls out the Electabuzz. This would have been the perfect amount of damage just for Thunder Spear for the last round, but hey, sometimes it's the luck of the draw. You just gotta pull out that Radiant Shuffle, alright? We do see a Professor's Research come out of Accedia. No, rather that was a Pokemon Communication. And we do see the Vulpix do something fun here. It's gonna whip that tail like a little corgi. Or will it? Again, this is turn 2. We do see the Giant's Cake healing that Vulpix just a little. It may be just enough. And we see the Ninetales come out. Well. So we now see Wenzheng opts to evolve the Magnemite. However, he will not be able to attack because it is too much. Thankfully, he has the magical cake, which will be enough to bring him to 100 health, taking him out of that flamethrower range. However, if Accedia also has a Blaine or a Giovanni in that hand, correct me if I'm wrong, he does not have a Giovanni in that deck list. So we do see he opts to use his energy on the Magnemite, evolves his previous Magnemite after using a Volt Charge, and ends his turn. I can predict what the Ninetales is going to do here, and if he happens to have a very bald man in his hand, then it should be enough to take out 3 magnets. Bald man, am I right? You got Blaine. Someone tell me, who else is a bald man? And we do see some expletives coming from the competitors against each other. But Andres once again stuck with this lowly little Magnemite, that Blaine, that bald mustachioed man, Pokemon's version of Dr. Robotnik. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a little. It's interesting. It's interesting how the draw can favor one person or the other. Unfortunately, I think this may be game set match. Unfortunately, at the 2 turn.
It's a public execution.
This may be it. Will Ray decide to just end? No, he does not. He decides to melt the magnet and end it at 2 points. Damn. We knew this deck was effective as hell, especially against things like Celebi, but who knew it could melt these magnets all the same? And being a good sport that he is, Wenzheng does send Accedia, Ray, the thanks. Ray, did you also send Andrei his thanks? We do see them shaking hands here, folks. So yes, he did. So our grand champion for the very first Radiant Shuffle Dark Prism, for all the bitter folks out there, is Ray Accedia Santiago! Fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, he did bring his girlfriend. He is not a dark prism, he is a prism of light. And we can see that with his Radiant draw. He shuffled that deck and it went really nicely. So hopefully this will mean everyone will join more Radiant Shuffles in the future. So congrats to everyone around, and again, nice job all players and competitors. Congratulations. So congrats again to Ray Accedia Santiago! Round of applause. See you.